We are living in a time where every single new video game that's releasing has to be scrutinized because developers love to put modern messages into their products because they want them to appeal more to who they deem are modern audiences, aka sensitive snowflakes. And now Dragon Age the Veilguard, a game that was previously very hyped up, is getting raked across the coals as the characters have been rejected by players who are claiming they've been modern audienced. This is a That Park Place article. It says BioWare released a brief trailer introducing a number of characters that will appear in the company's upcoming Dragon Age the Veilguard, previously known as Dreadwolf, and players are expressing their concern and distaste. This was a game that we've, of course, been waiting a very long time for. It's been in development for 6 years, and people have had very high expectations. But of course, when time continues to turn and we end up having to wait years and years, there are going to be elements that are disappointing and people who are disappointed. I mean, look at the situation with Cyberpunk 2077. At launch, it was nothing like we expected. And I think the same thing is going to happen with Dragon Age because it does seem that they have focused very heavily on a modern vision with this game. It says, of course, on YouTube, the longer form trailer reveals that the characters are all very diverse, beginning with a female dwarf. We have a disabled black woman, a man named Lucanus, who is described as a mage killer. We have veil jumpers, who's an Asian woman. We have a necromancer, another black male. If these characters are well written, for me, it does not matter if they are basically the Saints Row reboot squad that, of course, there's no white man in sight, but at the same time, it does not seem like things are going particularly well when it comes to the cast of characters that we're seeing because people are generally unhappy. First of all, when they released this trailer, it was just a cinematic one, and cinematic trailers are cool, but you have to show people gameplay. I'm not buying a movie, I'm buying a video game, and that also left people unhappy. As you can see over on the official reveal trailer, it is getting very ratioed. 31,000 likes to 144,000 dislikes. And tons of comments from people saying things like, is this what Duncan died for? This game is going to sell a lot of copies, just like Dragon Age Origins. I waited 10 years for a cartoon. You either die as Dragon Age or live long enough to see yourself become Fortnite. And it definitely does look something like a Fortnite fantasy game. It's very bright, it's very colorful. It just feels, I think the word is trendy, just like Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. They had a very specific visual style they were going for, and people will always prefer things like Dark Souls and Elden Ring, a little bit grittier when it comes to their fantasy games. We've seen a lot of bright colored fantasy games come out, like Forspoken, that have failed time and time again. And while the visuals are not the only element that is important in a game, when you're just showing a cinematic trailer trying to highlight the visuals, that's all that we have to judge. We are going to heavily scrutinize what you're showing us. People are also saying things like, they Kathleen Kennedy'd the shit out of this. I completely agree. None of the characters look very interesting, and they all look like they've been modern audience. This looks like dog water. Everything from the heinous character designs, music, and overall silly tone, hard pass on this trash. Now, of course, there's still a lot we need to see, like extended gameplay segments, but we're probably not going to get a lot of that anytime soon. They are really trying to build up the hype for this game. And of course, there is still a lot to be excited for here. If you are excited, I wouldn't feel bad. I would just be cautiously optimistic because whenever we get too hyped for a game, we end up severely disappointed. So, of course, I will be keeping my eye on Dragon Age the Veilguard, but right now the characters are being rejected by players who are claiming they've been modern audienced. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.